creating a post-tariff and post-USMCA trade order, Malaysia's export pivot strategy. What is RCEP? The Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership is the world's largest free trade agreement, signed in November 2020 and in force since 2022. It includes 15 Asia-Pacific countries, the 10 ASEAN member states, including Malaysia, plus China, Japan, South Korea, Australia, and New Zealand. Key features of RCE: tariff reduction, gradual elimination of tariffs on over 90% of goods traded among members over the coming years. Rules of origin harmonization simplifies export rules across members, making it easier for manufacturers to integrate regional supply chains. Services and investment liberalization opens up markets for financial services, e-commerce, and telecommunications. Intellectual property and e-commerce provisions includes frameworks for digital trade, data flows, and intellectual property protection. Importance for Malaysia: RCEP gives Malaysia preferential access to major economies like China, Japan, and South Korea, and deepens ASEAN's role as a central trade bloc. It also offers Malaysia a platform to diversify away from overdependence on Western markets and to enhance its participation in regional value chains, especially in electronics, medical devices, palm-based products, and automotive components. Executive summary: with the collapse of U.S.-led trade frameworks, marked by high tariffs and the effective disintegration of the USMCA, Malaysia must now reposition itself within a shifting global economic architecture. The strategy is twofold. First, to pivot its export orientation toward dynamic regional and South-South markets, and second, to move up the value chain across priority sectors. The rise of BRICS and BRICS Plus offers new institutional and economic platforms for this pivot, enabling Malaysia to expand its trade diplomacy and industrial reach beyond Western-centric systems. The challenge: U.S. tariffs and the breakdown of USMCA. The imposition of steep tariffs by the United States on Malaysian exports, combined with the apparent collapse of the USMCA, heralds a period of profound structural realignment in global trade. Malaysia can no longer rely on North American markets or institutions as a stable foundation for trade growth. Instead, it must embrace a multipolar order marked by regional blocs, resilient supply chains, and bilateral pragmatism. Strategic pivots for Malaysia. 1. Diversification of export markets. Deepen ASEAN +3 and RCEP supply chains. Accelerate integration with China, Japan, and South Korea in semiconductors, industrial robotics, and high-value agriculture. Leverage RCEP rules of origin to consolidate Malaysia's role as a manufacturing and export hub. B. Embrace BRICS and BRICS Plus expansion. China and India are already top trading partners, but the new BRICS Plus architecture, including Brazil, Russia, Egypt, Iran, UAE, and Ethiopia, presents a powerful alternative to U.S.-dominated supply chains. Malaysia should negotiate currency and trade settlement arrangements in RMB and rupees, reducing dollar dependence. Pursue sectoral partnerships in halal food, green tech, AI, and palm-based bioindustries with BRICS members. Support regional efforts toward a BRICS Development Bank ASEAN financing mechanism for export infrastructure. C. South-South trade intensification. Position Malaysia as a gateway for African, West Asian, and Latin American markets seeking Islamic finance, halal products, education, and mid-tier industrial components. 2. Shift from bulk goods to high-value niche exports. A. Strategic electronics and medical components. Prioritize advanced packaging, embedded chips, and specialized medical instruments. Link Malaysia's E&E sector to China's electric vehicle and India's biotech ambitions. B. High design, low-volume exports. Expand branded Malaysian offerings in lifestyle, furniture, and eco-design, targeting middle-class growth in the BRICS Plus world and the Global South. 3. Strategic realignment of outbound investment. A. ASEAN-centric co-manufacturing. Use joint ventures with Vietnam, Thailand, and Indonesia to reduce concentration risk and ensure regional redundancy. B. Develop South-South hubs. Create Malaysian trade infrastructure in Mombasa, Dubai, São Paulo, and Shanghai, platforms to triangulate exports across continents. 4. Digital trade and service sector leapfrogging. A. Services integration with BRICS digital economies. Pursue digital cooperation in e-commerce, Islamic fintech, blockchain-led supply chains, and cross-border education. B. Intellectual property, software, and creative exports. Use AI and multilingual training capabilities to offer localization services to BRICS Plus partners, particularly in Bahasa-speaking and Islamic regions. And now 5. Domestic industrial capacity and trade resilience. A. Value-added upgrading. Transform Malaysia's role in global supply chains through upskilling, precision engineering, and green industrial retrofitting. B. Export insurance and soft industrial protection. Shield strategic exporters via targeted fiscal buffers, green export incentives, and WTO-compliant industrial policy tools. C. Geostrategic forecasting. Establish a BRICS Malaysia futures unit to monitor geopolitical risks, multipolar trade realignments, and industrial innovation patterns. 6. Diplomatic leverage and economic statecraft. A. Legal and multilateral defense. Use WTO channels and BRICS forums to counter discriminatory trade actions. Strengthen ASEAN unity in global trade forums. B. Sectoral diplomacy with the U.S. Continue sector-specific negotiations with U.S. agencies to secure exemptions for medical, electronic, and clean energy exports critical to their own supply chains. C. Cultivate BRICS-adjacent influence. Build deep bilateral ties with UAE, Brazil, South Africa, and Egypt, members or prospective members of BRICS Plus, to expand Malaysia's economic diplomacy footprint. Conclusion. Multipolar momentum, Malaysian maturity. The unraveling of the USMCA and the rise of BRICS Plus are not merely geopolitical events, they are turning points for Malaysia's export and industrial strategy. To survive is no longer enough. Malaysia must lead, in ASEAN, within RCEP, and as a partner to BRICS economies. The road ahead lies not in navigating around collapsing Western trade architecture, but in building new lanes, with new partners, new terms, and a new vision for Malaysia's economic future. A heartfelt light. To every soul whose hand did give, you've helped me dream, helped me live. In darkest hours your light came through, with hearts so kind, so pure, so true. Your gifts, like stars in deepest night, have steered me gently toward the light. Each coin, each word, each silent prayer, a thread of hope so rich, so rare. My eyes once dimmed now seek the skies, and slowly clearer visions rise. Because of you, I dare to see the world again, its grace, its plea. Your compassion's flame will not just stay with me alone. It lights the way for others wandering through despair to feel the warmth of selfless care. You've shown what love in action means, in quiet ways through giving scenes. You've built a bridge from soul to soul and made the broken feel more whole. So let this thanks rise like a song, a melody both soft and strong. May your example gently call more hearts to rise to give. To fall into the joy of lifting pain, of planting hope where none remains. Your kindness walks beside me still, a light, a love, a living will.
don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.